What's up, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Stoneshard. It's part 3, believe it or not, of the tutorial. And I moved some things around. I decided to equip the heater shield with the mace, simply because our very powerful sword here that we've been dual wielding with the mace, its durability is dropping. I don't know at what point the durability becomes a serious issue, but I feel like it's getting there. 36 out of 70. And I don't want to push it. I want to save this weapon for the final boss. So I'm just going to hold on to it in my inventory for now. We actually... we'll just keep walking with it. I equipped that kite shield that we picked up in, I think, the last portion. And yeah, so we're just going to keep exploring. We know where to go to fight the boss. If we would need to just head out of here. Okay. Oh, no. Well... I figured the angle was bad, I just didn't think it was that bad. The problem with using the shield is that it has serious detriment when it comes to our energy. And you know what, we should definitely scan the room for traps. Pick the lock. Yeah, we enchanted our gambeson in the last episode, so that one's pretty good. A dumpling here? Sure, I'll take it. Some more food. Hunger and hunger resistance seems good. Alright, let's roll out. That was a successful room. And let's check our character panel. Yeah, we're like halfway to another level, and I don't think we're going to get there. Oh, sweet. Well, the padded coif is not good enough. We're going to equip the gloves, even though I don't know... Like... Okay, so I equipped the gloves. It lets me equip them. They're doing something. It says they have unknown benefits. But could I not, like, take them off, put them on? Let's see. Where would that be under? Would I not be able to see and match it up to certain stats? Or does it keep that hidden? Like we'll see here, right? Yes, so it doesn't keep them hidden. I can figure it out. My protection goes up by 3. My energy restoration goes down because I'm wearing heavy armor. My noise produced goes down. Anything else? I mean, these are awesome, but I need an identification scroll, or I need to accidentally, trigger my artifact knowledge. It's a 1% chance every turn, and every turn is basically every movement. But I don't think I've experienced that working for me yet, so I'm not going to hold my breath. It would be nice, though, or we could get another scroll, perhaps. Okay, lots of enemies. Was hoping to set the ground on fire, didn't work. So notice, because we're not using our sword, we don't have access to our great sword abilities. Which is honestly fine with me. The trade-off is, we've got pretty huge defensive bonuses. Get wrecked. And a sweet counterattack. Alright, is that everything? Yes. Happily pick up a carrot. And an apple. And where was all this food earlier when I needed it? Nothing in the nightstand, nothing in the wardrobe. Okay. Is that everything? Kind of scroll around here. I feel like that might be everything. Alright, well, let's go to what I think is the last floor. And attempt to beat the final boss. The Corrupted Chapel. There's a note here. And we can go ahead and read that together. Einer. There is some alarming news from the capital. People say that King Etbert, blessed be his name, is gravely ill and has been fighting death for a week now. Perhaps it's just rumors spread by ill-wishers? It's no secret that Etbert has many of them. Nevertheless, we shall pray to the host for our monarch's swift recovery. Relay the rest of the brothers. Okay, my bad, guys. My reading is a little off. I just spent like an hour in math class. Relay to the rest of the brothers that we will need another service tonight. Abbot Vidian. Okay, so there's trouble afoot in the kingdom. I don't think we are going to. We're not going to keep that, obviously. Man, this will keep our pain resistance down. I feel like this is one of those instances where we use everything. We're not locked behind anything. Our energy is a little bit low because of our shield. The shield's great. But I'm going to go for this instead. We'll drop that unidentified sword. And let's go in. Let's hope this is great. Honestly, I've done this fight a few times now, and it's a pretty tricky one. It's fun, though. As we walk through the monastery with all of these bodies. Freaking horrific.
You are alive! Run while you can!
He's definitely a dwarf.
No! Don't leave us here!
Inward.
Please! Make it stop!
I don't know. Some sort of dark elf-looking guy?
Ah, an uninvited guest.
An
We
Arcon.
were hoping to save you for last. But since you came here willingly...
So, you are the one behind all this madness. You'll pay for everything.
How arrogant! Look around you! It's over! Soon both the Stoneshard and your souls will serve the higher purpose.
So he's holding the Stoneshard right now.
Still, the court appreciates your courage. You could serve us well. Put down your weapons, and perhaps we'll spare your life.
Not this time, abomination.
You tell him, Baron.
Well then, we show you mercy, and yet you reject our gifts. Let the ritual begin! Kaya North, Mirok!
Okay, so we're trapped in this little location here. Here's the deal. I've done this before. We're in a state of optimism. That's pretty sweet. These two statues, this one will attack us and drop stuff on the ground that makes it really hard to fight. And this one heals the undead that we're going to be facing, and probably him as well. So this is what we're going to do. I've kind of got the opener figured out. It drops this blood on the ground, and if we stand on it next turn, we basically get, we get wrecked. So this is the part where we come over here and we just start crushing this statue. See, it just kind of shoots us with damage we can't even avoid. That was fast because we're dual wielding. And this is kind of how I stumbled upon the dual wielding option. I was using sword and board before. Step in. And we definitely want to kill this guy before he gets healed. We'll use some fire. Okay, he got healed. And I want to move up here and start destroying the statue. Nice. One-shotted. Alright, both statues down. They disappear. I made that look easy, but that's only because I knew exactly what was going to happen, basically. There's some deviation, but... Oh, God.
The host have mercy. What a foul beast.
Okay, so now we are fighting, let's inspect, the Ascended Arcon. Very dangerous. He's got Bestial Charge. Basically, he telegraphs a lot of his moves that we have to just get out of the way. He has a swipe move, jump away. Corpse Devour gives him max HP. It's very hard to kill. And then also Phantom Bats. Yeah. Anyway. I haven't tried to run away from him before. I wonder if that's even an option. Yeah, we have to get out of the way. And he's dazed right now. Get out of the way there. He's out of range. So let's get him with the fire. Let's back up. Nice. Hit him with the big move. Okay. And we'll go diagonally here to dodge him. So something you can do is you can get him to run and jump himself into a wall. And that charge, and it'll stun him. I think he did it at the beginning of the fight. And that's pretty much what I would recommend. Okay. Part where we back up, wreck him. Alright, he ate a corpse. Pretty unfortunate. Hit him here. If he wants to back up, we'll do some of this. And I'm going to move this way, that way whenever he hits the wall... Oh, he didn't hit. That sucks. Man, he just keeps healing. He's down 82%. I'm actually curious. I feel like I should look up whether or not you're supposed to beat this guy. Or whether or not you're supposed to run. I'm going to look that up right now. Let's see. Stoneshard tutorial boss. I'm very curious. I don't think it's impossible to beat him. Let's see. There's a lot of people with tips and tricks, of course. Yeah, I'm not really looking for like how to beat him. I'm just curious whether or not. Yeah, okay. Oh, he swiped me. Alright. No, I hit the wrong button. God damn it. That's what I get for looking at my phone. Okay, let's do some of this. He's going to be charging. Okay. Let's just make sure we're not standing in anything. So, do I just need to keep him away from corpses? Is that the big secret? Because he's healed himself twice now. Alright, that sucked. Maybe I can keep him kind of occupied. Keep him charging in this early direction. Inspect. He's down to 40%. Okay, so not so terrible. I definitely want him to charge into a wall. Just like that. I know we're close. 22%. We do so much dang damage. And he stunned me. Oh, no. I can't do anything. Okay. Man, 2-turn stun. Oh my gosh, we beat him. Alright. Yeah, this run was definitely more successful than my previous attempts. Ruse. I want to make a different type of character, not necessarily a human. And if all of this, whatever type of race this is, speaks like this, I don't know.
I have many questions. Now is not the time. We have the Stoneshard. Let's get out of here.
Oh god. Alright, let's go pick it up. We've got Heroism. See what it says about the Stoneshard. It still radiates heat. Interesting. I actually don't know if there are any fights after this. I just kind of assumed this was the final boss. Apply healing salve here. And we'll walk our butts out of here. And let's eat a tomato. Good for HP and for thirst as well. Yeah, and just like I thought, we busted our sword. Probably hitting those statues. And now we have to talk with our companions. I don't know if there's any point in any, like, looting here. Like, honestly. I don't know if we ever get to see Varen again. I know at some point we get to make our own character, which is what I was hoping we'd be able to do today.
All my belongings! My entire fortune! I'm ruined! For the love of the host, Rinward, shut your mouth! Baron is dead! Luck is dead! So is Jorgen, and you cry over some old junk!
Yeah,
And
man,
it's
that's
all
pretty
because
crappy.
Of you, Baron. Did you think our lads would chicken out? You could have at least told me.
Oh no, we're the bad guy?
An easy job. Maybe some digging. You call a horde of cannibals an easy job. Are you out of your mind? Do you think I was lying to you? Gwynnel swore that the monastery had been deserted for decades.
But we were lied
So
to.
you're saying that your Gwynnel set us up for certain death? I don't know. I hope not. It's some kind of mistake. This mistake cost half our men their lives. I know. I have many questions too. And believe me, once we are done with the contract, Gwynnel will answer each and every one of them. No, Varen. This is where we part. The caravan is no more. Rinward, Aruz, and I are going back to Brynn. After all these years, I've just saved your hides. All you did was save us from the trap you'd let us into.
He's got a good point.
We always used to know where and what our jobs were. But once you started rubbing elbows with Gwynnel, there was no end to our misfortune. I want to know what Gwynnel is hiding, why he needs stone shards, and what these damn stone shards are to begin with. And yet, we don't have the slightest idea about anything. Well, you only care about money. But there is no paying death off. I'm done.
I don't blame you,
You're
dude.
free
That was
to
freaky.
go, but I am bound by the contract. I'll manage without you. Get lost.
Huh. Osbrook 1 week later.
So here I am. The caravan is gone. My leg is crippled. Half my men are dead, and the other half are deserters and traitors. The host be praised. At least I've got the Stoneshard. If I knew I had to deal with an entire cult of devil knows what, I'd think thrice before getting into the whole mess. I'm too old for an adventure like this. Ah, if only I could have a good talk with Gwynnel right now. I'd ask him what the hell is going on. I've been doing this for 30 years, but I've never found myself in such a tough spot.
I'm so thankful this game has
Need
voice
to get
acting.
back to Brynn. I'm not up to going there by myself, so that's why I sent for you. Do you remember how I helped you out back then? Well, time to return the favor. Damn, it's been so long. Tell me, what have you been up to?
Alright. Well, there are locked characters, because the game is still in beta. What are we going to pick? So, we got a dwarf male, a human female, a human male, and another human female. Interesting. So we don't have access to any of those elf-looking guys. A maiden knight. I gotta say, guys, I'm real partial to playing as dwarves. That's kind of my thing. He comes with high strength, high vitality. It's just his perception and willpower. He's got Berserker Frenzy. He's a Reaver. For each enemy killed, receive plus 15% weapon damage and plus 20% crit efficiency for 10 turns. That seems pretty damn good. He's good with sword, maces, axes, and shields. Arna here has the Vow of the Feet. For each enemy within your vision, receive minus 5% cooldown reductions and minus 5% abilities energy cost. Great swords and shields. Okay. She looks a little more balanced on the willpower side. Sharp Eye. This guy's got to be our range specialist. The first time an enemy enters your vision, they receive minus 10% dodge chance and minus 10% damage taken. Or plus, rather, damage taken for 10 turns. Very cool. And his perception's higher. And then we have Jonah. Man, I thought we'd be able to customize him a little bit more. It's not a sexist thing, guys, but I generally don't play female characters in my RPGs. Kind of just never have. Yeah, and it doesn't seem like there's any option to change it. I was kind of hoping to play some sort of mage. Maybe like a mage knight hybrid of some type. Right now, though, I'm leaning towards Yorgrim. But I feel like you can kind of, I mean, these are starting stats. If we just start pumping willpower, we can make him as much of a whatever as we want. It's just, he's never going to have the full use of his Berserker Frenzy if we do that. I'm going to go with Yorgrim. He looks like he's about my speed. And it says, let's read his story before we get into it. So, not so long ago, people of Aldor would shake in their boots the moment someone mentioned Tyr the One-Eyed, a legendary leader of Fjall brigands. Tyr's band was infamous for their audacious raids at the northern border. Even the well-armed troops of the local lord suffered defeat after defeat from these ferocious dwarves. Yorgrim was one of them, the best warrior in the band who had never lost a single battle in his life. Yet, as time went by, the one-eyed brutalities towards captured settlements became too unsettling even for his own underlings. Yorgrim was the one who despised unnecessary cruelty the most. He always held a belief that violence against the weak and defenseless is unworthy of a true warrior. It's unknown when Tyr crossed the final line, but eventually, Yorgrim's patience ran short, and the brigand leader's scalp found its place in the dwarves' long list of trophies. Left without guidance, the band fell apart. Some dwarves returned to Fjall, while others, including Yorgrim, decided to go south and try their luck as mercenaries. We're going to confirm. I'm probably more interested in playing a knight character than a reaver character, and I was way more interested in playing a sorcerer than a melee tank. But I do like playing tanks as well, so we'll try Yorgrim.
Is that so? Interesting. Anyway, enough pleasantries. It's time to get to work. So here's the deal. I can't walk to Brynn with my leg like this. So unless you plan to carry me, we need a cart. We need horses. We're in luck, though. While you were away, I had a talk with the village elder. We came to an agreement. We'll fulfill 3 contracts for them, and they'll give us a cart and 2 horses. Don't worry about the contracts. It's nothing special. I don't think you need my advice on how to deal with the undead.
Not after that damn tutorial.
The elder will give you the details. You should go to him right away. No time to waste. Ah, I almost forgot. Here's a map of the area. You need it more than I do.
Alright, so we're going to pick up a map. A map of the southern march of Brynn and its landmarks, although there aren't many of them.
You can also ask the innkeeper about local events. He is a talkative kind. I'm sure he'll answer any of your questions. Off you go, then.
The one thing I don't know, can I take everything? Oh, we look awesome. Nice beard. So we need to assign our skills. What do we start with? Some leeches, a map, some lockpicks, bandage, traveler's blade, or an axe. We'll dual wield that bad boy. We've got a coin purse, which is something we didn't have before. Smoked ham, you get 2 uses on it. That makes sense. Let's put our primary items off to the left here. Stuff that we know we're not going to be moving for a while. So a dwarven axe. I do like using axes. Who is Gwynnel? I'm surprised you've never heard of him. A renowned alchemist, a former court physician. You won't find a finer scholar to this side of the Aldorian mountains. I hear King Egbert used to trust him more than his first advisor. That doesn't sound familiar to me at all. He invented an elixir, did wonders to one's health. Selling it made him a fortune. Then it turned out that this potion had side effects. Some were lucky to just die. Only His Majesty's patronage saved Gwynnel's life, but he had to abandon his post as a court physician. Since then, he's been trying to figure out what went wrong with the formula. I feel like this is where the zombie vampire guys are coming in. Yeah, what did he do next? The whole elixir business had bruised his ego. After he moved to Brynn, he barely leaves his laboratory. A man of simple taste, that part I like about him. He lives in a tiny hovel, no hints of luxury. Some village merchants live better than Gwynnel. But considering how much he pays for his contract, he still has money to spare. And I'm reading all this, guys, because I feel like this is highly important to the lore, and if we care about the lore at all, we should probably read. Reputation, it's all about reputation. I'm not one of those mercs who wander the world clearing out crypts and killing ghouls for peasants. I'm a relic seeker. Relics are a delicate matter. There isn't much use for brute force when searching for them, so I don't have many competitors. If someone is looking for antique relics, sooner or later they find themselves on my front steps. Gwynnel is no exception. How do you know he can be trusted? I don't have reasons to think he can't be trusted. It's not the first time I work with him. What did he want from you? Books. What else could an alchemist want? I had to dig up a huge pile of scrolls and treaties for one of his experiments. Swallowed more dust that day than in my whole life. Though it's a pleasure to work with him, he is polite, knows what he wants, pays generously without delays, and doesn't hold back with advances. Perhaps that's what I like about him the most. We have been working together ever since. Alright, let's ask about the Stoneshard. This is the damn name of the game, so, like, if I don't at least know what this thing is, that'd be pretty dumb. Honestly, I don't have the slightest idea. That's Gwynnel for you. He once tried to explain the gist of his theories, but it was no use. I'm no fool, but I couldn't understand half his words. I decided not to ask meaningless questions. Figured he was just some eccentric alchemist searching for an ingredient, for yet another philosopher's stone. It's not like he could succeed. What's there to worry about? Now, of course, I regret it. I don't know what came over me that day. I should have listened, asked, thought it all through. How did you find the first one? By accident. At the time I was looking for some alchemy scroll for Gwynnel. He was eager to have a look at it as soon as possible, so he decided to tag along. I don't usually allow this, but the place was safe and Gwynnel was pleasant to chat with, so I didn't object. The place was an antique Axonian archive. Maybe those are the elf dudes. The room with the scroll in question was flooded with groundwater, but the scroll itself was intact. We were about to return to the surface when I noticed a collapsed passage. I have a sense for these things, you know. Had to swing a pickaxe for 4 hours, knee-deep in ice-cold water. But it was all worth it. The passage led us to another hall littered with stone pedestals. The Stoneshard was placed on one of them. And what about Gwynnel? Ah, you should have seen his face. He paid me 10 times the sum we had agreed on. Almost rode our horses to death on our way back. That's how much he wanted to return to town. A couple weeks later, I woke up to the sound of someone banging on my door as if they were trying to break in. Turned out it was Gwynnel. Happy to inform that there is more than one Stoneshard, and the second one is hidden somewhere in the dungeons under the Abbey of the Holy Revelation. Jesus. It's a lot of reading, guys. As I always say, feel free to fast forward if you don't care about the lore at all. Did you notice anything strange about the Stoneshard? It seemed inert. I didn't feel any magic from it. In more than 30 years of hunting relics, I've held enough of them in my hands to learn a thing or two. 2/3 of them are junk. The only miraculous thing about them is how ridiculously high you can sell them for. The Stoneshard felt like one of those duds. Let me guess, you don't tell your customers that. Of course not. I haven't lost my mind yet. People like to believe they're only a tiny step away from getting their hands on a key to all the secrets of the universe. As long as they're paying me, I'm ready to believe that as well. But still, these Stoneshards. Yes, I understand it myself now, after everything I saw in that monastery. If I can be sure of anything, is that it contains magic. But I didn't feel traces of it back then. Something doesn't seem right. But I'll get to the bottom of it. We will. Whew, how did he know about the second Stoneshard? He has an impressive library. After our discovery, he went through it and found a mention of some Stoneshard of the Holy Revelation. The stone was thought to be a miraculous relic, which had been kept for centuries in a monastery close to Manshar. Judging by the description, it did look like the one we found. After an outbreak of the Crimson Plague, the abbey was abandoned and the stone of the Holy Revelation disappeared in the catacombs along with the monks. Since then, locals believe the monastery to be haunted, knowing full well to steer away from it. Well, for a good reason. And Gwynnel told you that the monastery was empty, right? He did. I'm not the one to do anything without gathering information first, but I trusted him, so the preparations were on him. I'm not the only mercenary in his service. He has a bunch of other people working for him, gathering rumors, searching for leads. My part is rather small. Find the thing and bring it to him. That time, as always, Gwynnel relayed me their reports. It sounded like a job for a day or two, so I gathered my men and went straight to the abbey. What happened next, you already know. So you think his scouts are to blame? Certainly. Why would Gwynnel lie to me? I can't say the same about his men, though. They might as well have done a sloppy job. Mercenaries nowadays are no match to the ones I used to know when I was young. But now mercs don't worth a damn. Reputation, honor. It's just empty words to them. They only care about coin. These were the days. Mercenaries were decent, and knights were noble. No need for sarcasm. I'm not talking about you. I bet they didn't even step inside the abbey. Had a quick glance, all clear. Time to claim the reward. Blunderers. Sounds like a murky business. Wouldn't say it better myself. Gwendolyn is hiding something, but only about the Stoneshards. The ambush wasn't his fault. He doesn't have any reason to send me to certain death. Without me, he will never find anything, and he understands it perfectly. If you have a specific artifact in mind, you either come to Varen, or you can forget that it has ever existed, period. A shadow passes over Varen's face. He goes silent, as if gathering his thoughts. Murky business. Murky indeed. No questions. Man, I feel like I should have got a reward for that. Jesus Christ. Save system. To save the game, you need to rent a room in a tavern and sleep for any amount of time. You can also save your game in cleared out camps. Exiting the game doesn't save your progress. That's good to know. If you die while playing in standard mode, you can resume the game from your save. In permadeath mode, your saves are irreversibly erased on death. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh, I didn't want to extinguish the fire, man. I want to get some food. Come over here and steal all this guy's mugs and pots, sell them back to him. Yeah, let's show me your goods. I'm gonna sell you your own mugs. Can we just, yeah, we can do that. Alright, he's got some food. Get a little bit of money. I don't know how much we need to buy, if any. We might be able to find some about town. We are in a new city. Let's see. Heard anything interesting? Beware of bandits. Forests around here are swarming with them. They try to rob people. The magistrate's hunting them down. Okay. So no interesting rumors. Where can I find the elder? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be finding the elder. It lives right in the middle of the village in the village hall. You can't miss it. It's right in front of the market. If you need to earn some coin, go visit him. He's our master of contracts. To keep an eye out anyway. Okay. Bandits wander the roads. Built by the order. Crypts were. Okay. Alright. We'll talk to people more in depth later. But for the moment, I think we're coming to an end of today's episode. We got a lot of stuff done. She's got some stuff too we could buy. We don't have a lot of crowns. Oh, let's look at our gear. Before we go, guys, let's look at our gear. I didn't even check. We have a fur vest, which looks sick. It won't protect you from anything but cold, though the dwarves of Fjall don't need more than this. We've got a worn cloak. We have Yorgrim's amulet, which gives us magic resistance, accuracy, crit chance. Its surface is skillfully engraved with symbols, perhaps even too skillfully for a piece of dwarven jewelry. Yorgrim doesn't speak much about the amulet's origins. And he's got a unique belt as well. Magic resistance, crit chance, and cooldown duration. This belt used to be generously decorated with scalps and severed fingers, but Aldorian folks didn't look kindly on it, so Yorgrim had to get rid of his trophies. Okay, very cool. And it looks like there's an upstairs. Go see what's up here. And rob the place blind. Piece of coal, I'll take that. Oh, there's another area to go to. Check the nightstand. I don't know if we get in trouble for stealing stuff. Some straw. Hey. Like someone's bedpan. This might be like our chest. If we go and sleep, I think we might end up here. I think that's a fair guess. Let's go see what's up here. Lots of stuff. Take, nails. I'm a bit of a hoarder. We don't know what we're going to need at the beginning. A comb, it's junk. Huh. Okay, we'll just sell that. Whenever we get the chance, we'll sell these plates. I feel like gold is going to be... Oh, wow, more rags. So we got bleeding covered. Maybe this is our room. Who knows? But we're definitely going to save. And we want to go ahead and do our skills, too, I think. before we do that today. Let me just see if she'll pay me for all this junk I just stole from her. So I know that there are different people who value different goods differently. You know, for instance, a blacksmith is like someone you can sell iron to. An arm, like a guy that sells weapons, you want to sell weapons back to him type of deal. But for the most part, when you're selling junk, you could probably just sell it to anybody, right? Okay, basic skills, we can't do any of that. We're locked out of magic. Not that we even want magic. Swords and axes. I'd love to try to be an axe wielder. We just got through using the swords. And as cool as that was, I feel like axes could be awesome. I don't know how much I want to settle. Like, I don't know how much I want to use my skill points because we've got 2 to spend. I might end up getting some different weapons that are, you know, not axes, and then my abilities become useless, right? So I just want to be careful about how and where I put my points. Kind of all I'm saying. But we do have an axe. Let's step outside. This is the village we'll be going into, but we're going to want to save the game. Mutilating lunge, so we get to rush forward. Range of 2. Strikes with 138% body part damage and a 46% bleed chance. And if it doesn't cause an injury, it lowers the cooldown by 60%. That seems strong. Reprisal. Each injury affecting the target grants your attacks against it additional accuracy and crit chance. That seems pretty damn strong. I like passives. And inflicting injury reduces cooldown duration for the skill tree by 2 turns. Do we have anything that gives us... Okay, this is a cut through. Do we have anything that gives us energy regeneration? This is all about just mauling people. With super low cooldowns. I'm not against it. I would kind of like to see what our options are in terms of like great axes, great swords. Or actually, we can't even use great axes. Maybe we have to find something that unlocks that. In the meantime, no, I guess we'll go for axes. This is another active. Sure. Let's learn Mutilating Lunge. And let's also learn... Let's see, either Reprisal, more accuracy or crit chance, or Ferocity will let us use our attacks back to back. If we get lucky, they'll go on like a really low cooldown, and we can just spam out Mutilating Lunges. Do they have to be 2 ranges away? Anyway, guys, that's enough. That's enough for today. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and rent a room. For 1 day. Don't you worry about your belongings. Just put them all in the chest by the bed. Your things will be safe there. I guarantee it. Got it. So what do I do now? Did I basically just pay to save the game, but I don't actually have to go to the bed? Or can I come here and take a nap? It says I'm good for any amount of time. Alright, so we're vigorous. Okay, guys, that's it for me today. I'm Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. And as always, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.